It is your classic metal show right here on the classicmetalshow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard The Cult from the Ceremony release with Wild Hearted Son, and we just heard Great White there from the Let It Rock release with Hand on the Trigger, and the guy who has his hand on the trigger of his Mossberg right there in Studio B, my good friend and partner Chris Aiken. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, boss? How we doing?
Is that Mossberg handy? Is it nearby? I knew it would be. There it is. See? I know what I'm talking about, goddammit.
In case the grocery bandits come, I'm ready.
Exactly. You never know when those EBT bandits might come a knocking.
Might try and snap some off here in my house.
I like the play on words. Some snap.
Some snap.
Some snaps them off.
That's right.
The EBT, the watermelon felons might come a knocking.
Now.
The EBT community might be looking to see what you have in your house.
Yeah, well, they just look, see a fat guy and know it's got food in it.
Hello, sirs. Can we come in?
You look nice and juicy. We're gonna steal from your fridge.
No, we're just gonna eat you.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
We're not gonna bother with the food. We're just gonna eat you.
That could be. That'd be a lot of eating.
Mm-hmm.
It's Thanksgiving for 50.
Exactly. With plenty left over for Christmas.
That's right. That is correct.
Well, here we are. We're back again on November 1st.
Yes.
November 1st. We're winding down, man.
You know, we got 6-7 weeks before vacation. I like it.
Yeah, I know. And I've got time planned away from the toils and the rigors of daily operations.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, because I didn't take any time this year. Didn't really take any time. I took time off to go on the 80s cruise.
Right.
Way back in March. And that was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it. So I basically have weeks worth of time to burn.
So where are you going to go?
Well, I didn't necessarily mean I was going anywhere. I just have time off.
Yeah, but it's you. You're not going to sit in your apartment and watch movie or your condo and watch movies.
No, of course not. I mean, it's not like a continuous time off. It's just, I've joined it with Christmas, and I've joined it with Thanksgiving and New Year and, all this other stuff. So I just have spurts of time off,
That's good.
So we'll see what I can get into, if anything.
Sure. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So I've worked very diligently this year. This has been a very, very, very busy year for me, 2025.
Right.
So, I'm going to, try to figure out a way to enjoy some rest and relaxation.
Sure. Don't blame you there.
Yeah. And plus the book will be ramping up at that point.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll be working on the book, sporadically, depending on what our author requires. So that's going to be, that's kicking into gear shortly.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that I hadn't heard word one after you and I talked.
No, I've been in contact and correspondence, and basically what he's trying to do is get his slate clean, so he can dedicate his time on that.
Okay.
And do it right and not half-ass it.
Sure.
He said this is a project that he takes very seriously, and it'll be a first for him for the type of subject material or content that he's doing.
Sure. I'm excited to have him involved. That's
So
instead of some shitty book that I would write, it's going to actually be good.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be ramping up, and hopefully during some of my downtime, I can work with either you or some graphic artist to come up with some kind of a logo design for the 30th anniversary.
Sure.
For some some new swag that will commemorate the 30th year of the Classic Metal Show.
Sure, absolutely.
So that's kind of a few things on the slate that I want to tackle during these these winter months.
Mm-hmm.
And while I have time off to do that, so that's what I'm going to do.
Right. Oh, good. Sounds like you got a busy schedule already for the
Yeah,
end of the year.
I just got to get it done. I want the fans to have some cool stuff. I want us to do, do right by 30 years of our labor
Sure.
and our time, because, if you think about all the hours and hours and hours both you and I have spent both on the air, or in the air, as Mike Trevisano used to say,
Right.
and the stuff we did behind the scenes, and especially you. I mean, it needs to be commemorated in a good way, and in a proper way, and something that isn't just a blip on the radar.
You mean this is more than 6 hours a week? I hadn't noticed.
Well, for you it is.
For me, it's 60 hours.
Yep. Which is why I, let you, take in whatever compensation the show does generate. So whatever the fans can do, and whatever commercial stuff that we get from that, and so on and so forth, it's just a little compensation for your time and effort.
Absolutely. And I very much appreciate it, believe me.
Yeah. So I could be a greedy cunt and I said, "Where's my 50%?"
Then you'd get it. You'd be like, this is what you're working all them hours for? That?
Give me my half. I want half of my 50 cents.
You're like, this wouldn't even pay for the dinner we went to.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So, So anyway, that's kind of what I got on the horizon over the next couple of months. So
very cool.
That's what's going on. So what is happening in your world?
Worky work. Did a ton of work this week. I'm building different things, both for myself and for customers. And I don't know, 4 shows this week. This is number 5. So it's like, seems like me and my best friend in the world right now, Mr. Ring of Light.
Right, of course.
we have more of a relationship than I ever had with my ex-wife. So
you did 2 Seth shows, Chris Aiken Presents, and then what else?
Fright Bite.
Oh, you did a Fright Bite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm loving Count Cracula with the wig now. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
I get to see it. I for some reason I don't see any kind of a notice or anything about it.
Because it's private. It's a private.
Oh, I see. That's why I never find out.
If you want to watch it, I can make sure that you get the link.
Yeah, I would like to, or even sometime participate.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, so. We had a good one. We had a good one this week. We did a movie called The Landlord. That was really, I don't know. It allegedly was a horror movie, but we were laughing the whole time. So I think it was some sort of comedy thing.
Was it like Blackula?
I don't even know how to explain it. There were these creatures that haunted this house and were killing all the tenants as they would come in, but there was a portal to hell, and they were throwing the dead body parts into the portal. It was bizarre. It was a goofball. It was a typical goofball movie, but it was a lot of fun. Everybody had fun. Even I said something in the chat room as we started, and the people that were in there on Thursday were all like, "Yeah, that was a lot of fun." We were laughing hard. The only thing about it was a bit long. It was like an hour 45 or something. It was okay. Little long, bad movies you could take for about 60.
Yeah, about an hour, yeah.
But an hour and a half, hour 40. Oof. I don't even like good movies that long, to be honest. So, but that's pretty much all I did this week was work and shows. That's it.
I gotcha. Well, I've been on the documentary JAG, as you're aware.
Mm-hmm.
And I did take in some documentaries this week.
Okay.
My nephew, he's always so good about keeping me apprised of things that are out there, and I always take him up on it because he knows my taste for certain things. So I watched the documentary Eileen.
I watched that yesterday too. Yeah,
I watched that. I saw the movie. Charlize Theron played her in a movie, I believe, like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while at this point.
It's been a long time. And so this was the actual thing, with all the and again, the footage,
A lot of it.
footage. It's just freaking amazing where all the footage comes from.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
dude, what was it? And we could talk about this a little bit because I do have questions.
Sure.
Why the hell did both her and every person she knew have such fucked up teeth?
I know. Wasn't that horrendous? I mean, her girlfriend, I mean, her teeth were bad enough, but her girlfriend was a complete snagglepuss.
Yeah. I mean, her teeth looked like Stonehenge stuck in a mouth. It was bizarre. She had one that was like turned almost like 45-degree angle.
Yeah, I know.
That one in the front was like turned halfway.
I know. It was fucked up and weird, man.
Yeah. But then they showed another person that knew her and she had fucked up teeth too. It's like
it's just they came from inbred.
You know? I guess because
I mean that typically is I don't know that that's the case, but typically when people have fucked up features like whacked out eyes and fucked up teeth and all kinds of stuff, that's a subtle signs of inbred.
Mm-hmm. And that could very well be because they didn't seem like they were like legitimate humans.
Yeah. Just fucky, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was I mean, and another thing that bugged me about this thing, and it probably bugged you as well, when they were trying to talk and show video trying to say that she was trying to look attractive, dude, that was just an unattractive person.
Well, that's what
they showed her with the makeup. It's like, get out of here.
At the very beginning of the video, I don't know who it was that was narrating the beginning. I don't know who the hell would find her attractive or pick her up, but she is not an attractive woman.
No, and they show her with the rouge or whatever on her cheeks. It's like, Jesus.
Clean up, yeah.
It's like, honey, you couldn't clean that up with fucking house paint.
Mm-hmm.
She is a mess, or was a mess.
Yeah, just a, I don't know, just a fucked up looking chick.
She was. And she was the definition of how not to get any mercy in court. It's like, all right, just tell the judge he's full of shit. Say you won't do this. Say you won't do that.
Right.
Rail against every stupid thing. It's like, Jesus, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Shut up.
And that Dateline reporter, she was kind of a weird looking chick.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, there was a bunch of weirdos in that movie, in that documentary.
Right.
It was a I'm going to be honest, I didn't think it was up to Netflix's normal par, but it was still quite the learning lesson. I really didn't know much about her, so.
That prosecutor guy too, he was kind of creepy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
No matter what the subject material, he was always smiling all the time.
Yeah.
Just had this very disingenuous I don't know. He that guy has no soul.
Yeah, just a typical slimy shyster.
He is. So I watched it because number one, my nephew suggested it, and number two, I had seen the movie, and I was just like, well, let me see how factual the movie is, or how close they got it, and I thought the movie was pretty decent for covering that subject material. It
was okay. I mean, I was just like, again, a little too long. That one was about an hour 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long one, but I did watch that years ago. It's been a long time. It's been at least 10 years, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So and then another documentary that surprisingly I found compelling, and again with all the footage. And you're gonna get this look on your face like, why would you watch that? But maybe I'm gonna be wrong here.
All right.
Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't watch that personally, but I get that you would.
I watched it, and there was so many things I was not aware of as far as like his rise to fame and how many years he cultivated that character.
Sure.
And it literally took him probably 5 to 6 years to cultivate that character before he finally hit.
Okay.
To get the attention of, somebody who wanted to make him a pop culture person,
sure.
On TV, which would which was HBO.
Okay.
But as far as a person is concerned, the Paul Rubens, the guy behind Pee-wee,
Yeah.
He narrated this whole thing.
Paul Rubens did?
Yeah.
Isn't he dead?
Well, he's dead, but he did this. They filmed this just prior to his death.
Okay. All right.
But he before they released it or produced it and stuff, right at the end, I mean, he did over over 40 hours worth of interview and on camera time and this, that, the other to kind of chronicle his life.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got down to the part where he became a public pariah due to
jerking
the jerking in a movie theater, and then he got his house raided. I think we actually covered this on the show when it happened. He got his house raided because they said he had child porn.
Right. I remember that.
And basically they found nothing. All it was just like a bunch of old what do you want to call erotic material that dated way back to like the 40s and the 50s.
Lovely.
It was just collector stuff that he collected because, and again, he talked. Oh, and here's the other thing. Even though, his Pee-wee character was, pretty gay.
Yeah.
He never discussed his sexuality.
Okay.
At all during his career.
Right.
It was never a discussion. Nobody ever talked about it. Are you homosexual, or are you in a relationship, or, nothing. That never was a subject that was ever discussed.
Huh.
During his time. And he, and again, if you have the opportunity, it was actually very fascinating.
I know nothing about him. How did he die? I don't even know how he died.
He had cancer.
Cancer? So he knew he was dying?
Yeah, he had cancer, but he didn't let anybody know it. He had cancer for 6 years.
Okay.
And he never made it public. So when he did pass away, the day before he passed away, he knew it was the end. And so he put a message out to his fans.
Okay.
And said, this is the last, basically, this is going to be the last you're going to hear from me.
Right.
I've kept this as a private battle. I did not, want to make this public or have anyone's sympathy, kind of like our friend Bob.
Okay.
Didn't want anyone to know. Didn't make it public. Took care of it on his own.
Sure.
Up until his last day.
Okay.
Well, anyway, he was, he had the cancer while he was filming this documentary,
right?
Which might have been the impetus behind doing a documentary,
right? Like he's sending his legacy, securing his legacy, type of a deal.
Correct.
Okay.
But nobody knew that.
Okay.
And once it got into the whole subject of the public scrutiny and becoming a pariah and being under the microscope and almost basically derailing his whole career.
Okay.
He told his side of it very, very succinctly, and then some reason he just sort of pulled the plug.
Okay.
During the time that he was talking about it, and then it was just like, what, maybe this documentary isn't such a good idea after all. Screw it.
Right.
Well, it got shelved for a while.
Sure.
Yeah, and then basically the day before he died, again, he must have known he was on his last legs. He self-recorded a message about the documentary and basically said to the producer, whoever was the production of this documentary, that he thinks it should go forward.
Okay.
And to go ahead and put it together and go ahead and release it.
Sure. Okay.
And it was basically about 3 hours.
Wow.
It was 2 parts. It kind of like the Charlie Sheen thing. It was like an hour and a half and an hour and a half.
Okay.
But I watched the whole thing from beginning to end, and it was pretty fascinating.
Right.
He was kind of driven from the time he was a child to become a performer. He wanted to be a performer ever since he was a child.
Right.
He was captivated because he was born in the 40s.
Right.
And he grew up in the 50s when television was, becoming the norm. And so, he was watching the Mickey Mouse Club and Howdy Doody and what else was on what was popular kids shows back then? Captain
Kangaroo.
So he
Mirror.
he
What was the one with the mirror?
that was Romper Room.
Romper Room. Yeah.
Yeah, but those were locally produced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, he was so taken with that as a kid that he always wanted to be, a performer of some kind.
Sure.
And that's kind of how he developed his skill or his craft. And he worked at various things to, taking lessons as a circus performer to being a magician to, just doing anything that could be in the entertainment business.
Okay.
And the interesting thing about it is, and I've noticed this too, it's kind of a theme with people who come from families that have both boys and girls, brothers and sisters, that they have overbearing fathers, and it seems like the boys end up gay and the daughters become gay. So he has a sister and she's a lesbian, and he was a gay man.
Sure. Okay. Well,
Isn't that strange how that works?
yeah. Well, it's because they're focused on their craft instead of getting laid.
Well, I guess, but it like has some kind of a childhood trauma
Connection or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a childhood trauma.
Okay.
If the father was kind of overbearing or the mother is a little bit too demanding or something, I don't know what it is, but it seems to drive you in a different direction.
Okay.
It's kind of strange, but he talked about that, and he talked about getting into a relationship with a man, and it kind of early in his career.
Okay.
And it kind of derailed his career, and he was too focused on being in a relationship than going after what he originally was going after, which is trying to get a career.
Sure.
And he decided that the relationship had to go because he lost focus on, being a performer.
Okay.
So he decided he was better off on his own, not in a relationship, and more focused on his career as a performer of some kind. And he made a lot of money.
I'm sure he did. Pee-wee's Playhouse was huge.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And they covered that. They covered the development of Pee-wee's Playhouse, and obviously going into the movies with Pee-wee's Big Adventure and all that other stuff. And there were action characters and dolls and all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
That were made around him. And I never realized how popular of an icon he was when he was popular.
Well, dude, is it weird that I've never, ever seen even one episode of anything with Pee Wee Herman? Like, I never watched Pee-wee's Playhouse. I never saw the movies. I always saw it and it was just like, yeah, that ain't for me. And that was it.
Yeah, well, the Pee-wee's Playhouse was more for kids, it was a kid's show. But the, Pee-wee's Big Adventure was, even though it was kind of goofy, it had a lot of underlying adult themes.
Okay.
A lot of innuendo jokes and stuff. So it was just kind of a goofy slapstick, type movie, which I thought was funny. Actually, I'll tell you a quick story. When I moved to California and I was working for Roadway, the trucking company.
Yeah.
I was going through supervisor training program, and so that was basically my main focus. When I went into the office every day, is to go through this training program and go through
Right.
various phases and things like that. And I moved to California in July of '85,
Okay.
and Pee Wee's Big Adventure came out, I think, in August of '85.
Right.
And my manager at the time, he was kind of a had a good sense of humor about stuff. He was very funny.
Sure.
And that movie came out in the theater, and it was kind of a I think it was a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And he says, he goes, all right, everybody wrap it up. I mean, this was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
He took us out to the movies to go see Pee Wee.
Nice. That's
So
funny.
he took the whole office out to Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
That's funny.
So there were 2 office girls, another supervisor, myself, and of course the manager, and he took us all out, and we went to the theater to go see the
Nice. It's funny.
So that was my first real foray into knowing who Pee Wee Herman was.
Okay.
'Cause I never heard of him prior to the movie.
Yeah. No, I know nothing about him, so sorry that I can't really contribute much here. I really have never watched anything he's done.
Yeah, but it was pretty fascinating, and another thing, because I never watched late night television, that was never the thing. I used to watch Johnny Carson back,
Sure.
when I was a teenager.
Mhm.
But when I was out on my own, I never watched late night television, because most late nights I was out.
Sure.
So I wasn't watching, David Letterman, or, the later years of Johnny Carson, or
Right.
anything like that. Well, apparently, when David Letterman first started on his show,
Mm-hmm.
I guess Pee Wee was a pretty regular guest.
Okay.
I didn't know that, but he
No idea.
frequently was on David Letterman, because he was just so weird. He was
Right.
just kind of one of those weird characters, and he was off and on there.
Okay.
So he kind of slowly but built his career, by making these appearances and just being the quirky, goofy character that he was.
Right.
And the other thing that allowed him to do what he did, and he wanted to make Pee Wee a real person. He didn't want it to be Paul Rubens as Pee Wee.
Right.
He wanted he wanted people to know that Pee Wee was Pee Wee.
Okay.
People accepted him as just, that's who he is. That's Pee Wee Herman,
Sure.
not just a character.
Okay.
And that was another reason for his success, because really nobody knew Paul Rubens.
Right. Sure.
Nobody knew that. So it was a pretty good documentary. It's on HBO for those of you who are interested, if you haven't seen it. But I was pretty fascinated with it, because
Okay.
he, according to the documentary anyway, he engineered his own career.
Well, good for him.
He had a vision as to what he wanted to do and how he wanted to do it, and he didn't compromise with it. He just did it the way that he thought it should be done and how he believed it should be advertised and marketed and all these other things.
Sure.
So pretty good documentary. And then I didn't realize how many movies he was in as Paul Rubens.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that either.
Did you ever see the movie Blow?
Yeah, sure.
He was in that one.
Didn't know.
He was the hairdresser drug dealer guy.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that was him. That was
did not know.
Rubens. Yeah. So but when he had an opportunity to play a different role in different movies, he did a pretty good job of that as well.
Right.
So
cool.
Yeah, so I was fascinated by that. So good documentaries out there.
Okay, yeah, I still got to watch that John Candy one.
That was pretty good.
I need to watch that. Everybody says that's really good, and I was a big fan. So, yeah, I think the only thing new I really watched this week was I watched a ton of the World Series, which I'm actually bummed that the Game 7 is tonight, because honestly, this is, in my opinion, this is the best World Series in at least 20 years. It has been fantastic.
That good, huh?
And I don't have a dog in the hunt. I don't give a shit about the Blue Jays or the Dodgers. I do like watching Shohei Ohtani. He might be the best baseball player I've ever seen. He is unbelievably good. He's great at everything. But yeah, it's just been like real baseball again. None of this bullshit with, things getting stopped for what do you call that? Pitching clock violations and all this other crap that they got now. Right. And in the playoffs, they don't do that extra inning thing where they start with a runner on second base. They do it like real baseball, which led to, I think it was Wednesday, we had a 18 inning game.
Yeah, I do know about that. I saw that making the headlines.
Yeah, it went till 3 a.m. here, and it ended with a walk-off home run from Freddie Freeman. It was exciting. Like even I'm laying in bed and I jumped up. I was like, yeah,
They basically played 2 games in one.
They did. It's just been a great series. Just overall, it's been really, really one of the better series that they've done that baseball has had in years. So I guess World Series usually ends up wrapping up in like 5 games and one team dominates the other. This has been two very good teams going at each other that pretty much match up player for player. So
that's good.
Just really good, really fun to watch.
Well, I see that a CMS subject got booed
What's that?
During this World Series.
What?
You may not have seen it because it was part of the pregame.
Okay.
But J.P. Sachs
mm-hmm.
sang the Canadian national anthem at one of the games.
Oh, and they booed him?
They booed him because he changed the national anthem words.
Wow.
I don't know how the Canadian national anthem goes, but there's something about, joining on this land.
Sure.
He had to insert his wokeness in there and say something about we join here on the stolen native land or some shit.
Brother.
Like that. And people were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like
and they were just kind of like booed him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
And not only that, but a cappella, not a very good singer.
Nice. Well, hey, if he's going to be an arrogant asshole, it gets amplified.
Yeah. I don't know if you can find that. I don't know if it's out there anywhere. J.P. Sachs sings the Canadian national anthem. I don't know if that's, somebody segregated that out somewhere or anything like that. But when I saw his name pop up there, I was just like, what's this guy up to? We tried to give him some credit for something he did. And then turns out this guy's kind of a goofball.
Let's see. Had a game 3. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's see. And we wait for Google. Oh, here we go. Good God.
Right.
Share this tab. All right, let me get to the right screen share. There we go. And we wait.
Would you please rise if you're able and kindly remove your caps for our two nations' colors?
What the fuck is going on with this tonight? Look at this shit.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right, well.
Maybe.
Presented today by the Los Angeles Fire Department Honor Guard. Fans, please remain standing for the singing of the national anthems of Canada and the United States. First to sing the Canadian national anthem, please welcome multi-platinum,
look at this dork,
Grammy-nominated Canadian singer-songwriter, J.P. Sachs.
Oh, Canada, our home, our native land.
Hey.
True patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts, we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Guide, keep our land.
She said he's awful.
Glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
He sucks. Wow.
So there you go. There's JP Sachs.
Wow, he's fantastic.
I like that girl's look on her face.
She's like, what did he say? Fucking idiot. That's not the words.
So there you go. I thought that's the little bit I know about what happened during the World Series, aside from the stuck ball rule.
Yeah, that was dumb too. That was kind of cheap because that would have given the Blue Jays Game 6 the stuck ball thing.
Right.
That would have absolutely, because 2 runs would have scored and they had to send them back.
Right.
Yeah, that was a bullshit rule there. You know, that ball wasn't stuck. It's supposed to be like if you can't get to the ball, but that ball was right there. You could have picked that up. But whatever. Made for tonight's game, which I don't even know what the score is. Chat room, tell me what the score is, please. Because I'm just curious. I'm hopeful. Like I said, I don't have a dog in the hunt, but I guess I want the Blue Jays to win just because the Dodgers always win.
Right.
So it'd be nice to see somebody else get a win, but whatever. Either team wins, I don't care. It's been a good series. That's all I care about.
It's not your Padres, so I don't give a shit.
That's it. No Padres, no real care. But that being said, I've watched more of this World Series than I have in years.
Yeah.
Just because the games have been very compelling.
That's good.
So
they've looking at that crowd there, I mean, very, very packed series.
And it's weird too. The Dodger fans, all right, maybe I know I get called a shut-in all the time and blah, 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 and I'm not out amongst the people, and I get all that. But man, the Dodger fans are weirdos.
Okay.
They're just, first of all, they keep showing the celebrities in LA. They're doing it in Toronto as well, but it's a big drop off between Los Angeles and Toronto. You know, in Toronto they're showing like A-list celebrities, or in LA they're doing that, and in Toronto they're showing like Chris O'Donnell, who hasn't been relevant in 20 years or whatever.
Okay.
And like the big celebrity get for Toronto has been Geddy Lee. Geddy Lee's been at most of these games.
All right.
But when they go to LA and they show the fans, there's just fans with their dogs, and the dogs have sunglasses and hats on, and it's just a bunch of weirdos. Like it's not what you expect at a baseball game. It's a bunch of hoity-toity fruits, you know. And the dude from Ozark, Jason Bateman, he seems to be that baseball seems to love him for some reason. They show him 14 times a game. He's the Taylor Swift of baseball. Every time he's there, they show him every fucking pitch. It's like, all right, we get it. He's there. Ozark wasn't that good.
Right. Well, he's been in a ton of movies, though.
Yeah. Have any of them been good enough to show him? I mean, I'm not even kidding. 14 times in a game.
Well, I mean, I know I remember when the World Series that the Cubs were in the World Series, 7-8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
John Cusack was in the audience.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And they were constantly showing him.
Yeah.
Only because he's obviously a Chicago native and all,
sure.
but constantly showing John Cusack.
Yeah. I guess Major League Baseball hasn't got the message yet that people don't give a shit about celebrities anymore.
Right. I get you.
But it's been a fun series. Regardless of all that, it's been a fun series, a good watch. That's for sure.
Excellent. All right. Well, we have a guest coming on in about 15, 18 minutes.
All right.
So I thought maybe we should take a break and get some music in and get you time to process your video over there and
sure.
all that kind of fun shit.
Okay.
So I say we take a break. We'll come back. We'll come back with a guest and, talk to him about, what he's up to.
Sounds good.
And see what's happening in his world. And,
all right.
So stick around for that.
Yes.
So, as always, I will get into the fast pass requests first and, get your request played. But as always, I will let you pick the lead off hit.
All right. I will dedicate this one to the chat room. I would like to hear Wasp, Wasted White Boys from the Unholy Terror release.
Okay. All right. There it is. Wasted White Boys. All right. Well, we're going to play a few tunes, come back, do some more stuff. So stick around. So here it is. It is Wasp with Wasted White Boys exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
Hi there. This is the one and only.
Let's be clear. Cryptocurrency is no longer emerging. It's here. And this latest move cements that reality in a biggest way yet. Trump Media Group has just linked a massive $6.4 billion deal with Crypto.com, the world's top crypto platform. They're teaming up to scoop up $6.4 billion in CRO, the powerhouse token that fuels fast, low-fee DeFi staking rewards and real-world perks like cash back on your spends, to launch America's first CRO treasury. When it's done, this new company will be the biggest CRO holder out there. Want in on the action? Head to Crypto.com today and grab some CRO. Let's make crypto great again.
Oh, those cups and shirts and mini skirts. Oh, my. Come on, was rocking way back in the 80s. Cups and shirts and mini skirts. Oh, my. Yeah. My.
It is your classic metal show right here on the classicmetalshow.com. That is Once Bitten with Rockin' Like the 80s, wrapping up that rock block right there. And just before that, we heard Dio with Evil Eyes. That one going out by request. Hardy Boy, AC/DC in there with Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be for Johnny Castle. And kicking things off, we heard something for Chris there with Wasp with Wasted White Boys. So that one going out by request to Chris for the Classic Metal Show chat rooms.
Yeah, for those drunken bastards.
No kidding. So our guest is not with us, yeah?
No, he is not here.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, my friend, but well, I just text him, so if he pops up here between now and then, we'll get him on.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
All right. Well, let's get into some news here, some music news, unless you want to start something off.
No, go ahead.
Have you seen the latest of Kid Rock?
As far as how he looks, or did he do something specific?
No, so something he was said being outspoken as Kid Rock is.
Nah, I haven't seen nothing about that.
All
That was
right.
this week? No.
Yeah, it was this week.
Yeah, nope. Don't know.
All right. Well, anyway, hang on. He says he's waiting.
He's waiting.
Yeah, he says, I'm here waiting, not sure how the software works. Let's test it.
Tell him to click start.
Click start. All right.
See if he comes up.
All right. Well, anyway, I hate when this kind of stuff happens.
I do too.
Regardless of that, I guess he was on talking to Sean Hannity.
Okay.
And being it was Halloween and all, or I guess he wasn't on Sean Hannity. He was on what's his name, Jesse Waters' show.
Okay.
And he said, Kid Rock won't rest until everybody knows his views on the COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay.
I did it. It's saying waiting for camera to load.
Well, that's on his side.
Yeah, I know.
Tell him to reboot his computer. Try again.
All right. I hate doing this.
Yeah, I know. I hate it too.
Yep.
But I know it worked. I tested it this afternoon.
All right. Let's see. It's like, boy. You have to do something on your end. No.
No. I mean, you do it every single day. You just pop in on the link.
Click.
Maybe he has to select his camera. I don't know.
I don't know.
This is why I sent the link earlier and said, test it.
I know. Click the link. I know this is just click.
Great radio we're giving the fine, folks. This is what you guys are paying that $5 a month for.
This is why we don't do live interviews.
It is true.
9 times out of 10, it doesn't work right.
Yeah, it's always a pain in the dick.
Link. And click start.
And if that doesn't work, we'll just do it next week and we'll test during the week.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kid Rock.
Yes. Or we could just have him call in by way of audio.
Yeah, we could do that too.
All right. So anyway, conservative country rock singer. Is he now country? I guess. Well, what is his current genre?
I guess he's like soft rock / country rock for the most part, but there's always like one or two songs on each album that is a that is kind of a rap song still, just to keep his cred, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, yeah, he's more of a country guy than a rap guy now.
Okay. So he was on there's no start, just 2 links. Well, all right.
Just tell him we'll do it next week.
Click
or
the
call
one.
or call you.
Yeah, click the one on the left.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I know. I told him to click the one on the left.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here. Join room with camera. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this was going to be this hard.
I know. All right. Do you see anything going on there,
See
Chris?
him yet? Nope.
Join room with camera.
We'll be cutting all of this out in the replay.
Yes. All right. He's going to try his phone.
All right.
He's just going to do it by his phone. Anyway, so he was on Fox News, and he was asked if he was asked a simple, seemingly simple, politically neutral question.
Okay.
What are you going to be for Halloween? Waters explained that he and his family would be donning group costumes, a Scooby-Doo mystery gang. The smile. Hang on a minute. Hail and kill. Caller, you're on the air.
I'm just, it's me. I'm just taking up time over here waiting for the guest.
Sal, why are you calling?
Because I just want to.
Do you think we need filler?
No, I'm just joking around. No.
Did you get the joke, Chris?
Laughing my ass off over here.
Yeah.
We're doing a story, Sal. So hail and kill.
Okay, all right.
Jeez, what is wrong with that guy?
Fantastic.
This has gone fucking off the rails.
Yeah, it is. Oh, well, whatever.
All right. Well, anyway, let's get back to this.
Okay.
So anyway, Jesse Waters said he and his family would be donning group costumes, the Scooby-Doo mystery gang. The smile that cracked across Rock's face when he prompted Waters to reciprocate the question to him suggested it was never neutral and never intended solely as a question for the host. So they're accusing Rock of setting up Waters to say, "Are we in?"
Well, it's thinking. There he
Look
is.
at that. Hey, there's Robby.
He's not on screen yet, so can't hear him though.
Hey, how about that? There's Robby Lochner.
Yeah, but we can't hear him.
Yeah, I can hear him.
You hear him?
Yeah.
I do not hear him.
All right. You don't hear him? You don't hear him, Chris?
Nope. Wait a minute. Maybe I will. Hold on. Oh, I know why I don't. Because I'm a dummy. It's not you, Robby. It's me. I'm a dummy. There we are.
All right.
There we are. Hello, sir.
We were trying to fill some time here while technical difficulties were worked out there, Robby. So welcome back to the show. If you guys are not aware, this is Robby Lochner, guitarist extraordinaire. He, of course, was with Jack Russell for many years and the Jack Russell's Great White Band, and he is now doing Once Bitten. Is that fair, Robby?
That's fair.
All right, perfect. I'm glad I got that all out in one sentence.
Nice.
So Robby, last week Chris and I were checking out the Once Bitten press release, and obviously I just played the new song "Rockin' Like the '80s," and you guys had a tough go of it this year with the passing of Jack, and there was discussion about what you guys were going to do, if you were going to carry on as a band or a project, or not knowing, and we wanted to bring you back on and get an update from you.
Okay. So, I mean, it's definitely, I'm going to say a band, but it's, everybody's got different things they do too. So it could be looked at as like a project as well. But
Okay.
it's, we decided to keep playing together, and we love playing together, and we got songs we're writing, and it's like, let's write some tunes and put them out and just see. People like it, they do. If they don't, what are you going to do?
Well, I think the concern here, or our question, it's not even a concern, it's just a question.
Sure.
It is Once Bitten a Great White tribute band, or is it a
band?
Yeah, a band.
We'd like to say it this way. It's a legacy of Great White. Tony,
Okay.
as you know, was in the band in the multi-platinum era. And, is he tributing himself? You know what I mean? And we play songs that he wrote from back then. And so his view, and I agree with him, hey, he's just playing the music that we
Sure.
all love to love and share. And,
So is the music going to be some Great White historical stuff, some Jack Russell's Great White, and some Once Bitten music, new music?
Yeah, that's kind of it. We're going to do, of course, you got to do all the classic stuff, and then we'll do new music, put new music out, and pick something from the Jack era for sure. So it depends on the show as well. If it's a shorter set when you're opening for somebody, you got to, pick and choose. We definitely still use the new song, of course.
Sure.
That's it, brand new, and, we want to play it.
Right. Well, when I was playing this, when we were playing this, your new song, obviously you capture that that kind of the traditional Great White guitar sound, which obviously was I guess you want to call forged by Mark Kendall, but because of your legacy and playing with Jack for so many years, you obviously adopted that style or that sound, or is that your sound?
No, I would say that it's just a sound. I mean, because I do a lot of different things, and my sound is way different all over the place. You know what I mean? But for this band, that particular track, it just felt like it needed that. So I used this guitar back here that's similar to what was used on Once Bitten to get that kind of just a different sound, And
Right
then,
on.
and Tony we both tracked our guitars a few times, trying different options of different things and seeing how it blended together. And we ended up with what we did. There was
Right.
one of the tracks Tony did that he did with a Strat that I thought sounded great, but he opted for the PRS, and it was good.
Right on. Robby, let me. I'm going to go back to the uncomfortable time, if you don't mind. Obviously, Jack's passing is probably the biggest thing that happened for you guys this year, and certainly tragic
Well, last
thing.
year. It's been a year.
Yeah,
It's been
wow.
over a year.
Wow,
Last
that's
year.
crazy. It doesn't seem like it, but
Yeah.
but for you guys, for you guys, when did you guys kind of get back together? What was the conversation? Was there conversation about, well, that's the end of this chapter? How did we get from there to now Once Bitten being a band?
That's a good question. It started off with thinking that's it, of course, that's it. No Jack. I mean, come on. Jack was, he was Jack, right?
Right.
So it's over. I mean, Jack Russell's Great White certainly overdone at that point. There's no question about it. And it was like we played shows. It just so happened we fulfilled shows. And as you start doing it, you start thinking, this is pretty cool. We love playing together. We've been playing together for years. Jack wanted us to continue on. He had said that, if you can do it, do it. So we thought, why not give it a shot, play some gigs, write some songs. And meanwhile, everybody's kind of, like I said, doing this and other things, whatever it takes. keep things going. But certainly really enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? And especially with these particular guys, they're all great players, great guys.
Sure.
You know, that goes a long ways. You know what I mean?
Well, that's correct me if I'm wrong, but it's better to be in a band with guys you like than a band full of the most talented guys in the world.
That's right. That's right. I mean, it's when it's just kind of pretty chill. Everybody knows, you know, you're right. Absolutely. It's cool. It's fun, and it's easy. And that's the biggest deal, you know?
Sure. Well, how is it different? I mean, you've written one song. I'm sure you've written other songs at this point. It's a big change when you lose a guy that is fairly dynamic as a songwriter like Jack. You know, did one person pick up the slack for that, or did you guys kind of spread it all out and, you know, maybe, or do you kind of do it almost the way you did before, just without Jack there?
You know, it's going to be all over the map because, like in this particular case, this track was something Tony and I had put together a while ago, the music to it. And it was intended for Jack to sing it. So there was a point where I had this track and I was singing something. I was going, Jack, what do you think of this? You know, but he couldn't do anything, you know, he just couldn't do anything. And I had probably 14, 15 songs of my own that I'd given to him. And there was 3 that Tony and I did together, and Dan's involved in some stuff too. I have to see which one. I don't remember the exact number, but whatever. Everybody's involved. Everybody kind of writes. And I think the thing is that this is the first song that we kind of pushed out and thought, let's see what happens. But there's a lot of stuff to choose from what everybody has. So I don't really know. Somebody might walk in with a tune and, hey, I got this, and we all love it, and we'll record it and play it. It doesn't really matter, you know. So I think that there's not going to be an exact process. It's just going to be, they're going to come out as they do.
Well, how do you market this now? I mean, as far as, you know, obviously you guys got to get some gigs to be able to go out and play. And I would imagine, you know, teaming up with legacy acts, be it, you know, a Dokken or an LA Guns or Lita Ford or somebody like that. How do you market yourself as far as a band is concerned? I mean, do you market yourself former Great White guys, or do you market yourself as a, you know, how do you do that?
Yes, because he's former Great White and Jack Russell's Great White. Start with him, right? So yeah, absolutely. It's his legacy, right? And then for Andrew, who sang with Great White, or Dan, who's currently playing with Great White, or in the case of when Sean McNabb came in and subbed, he has many years and albums with the band as well. So it's a legacy. You know what I mean? These guys all have legacy. We have it with myself and Ken with Jack Russell's Great White, which, you know, I love it. It was a great time.
Have you gotten any feedback from the Mark Kendall camp at all?
No, I'm thinking they could care less.
Well.
You know, but, you know, so I haven't heard anything. I think they probably we're not even on their radar.
Yeah.
But well,
what I find interesting about the Mark Kendall Great White, I never hear anything about them. You know, as far as buzz, you know, I never see any news. I never see any buzz. I never see any stories, nothing, you know, even when they're playing, you know, somewhere within a region that I live in, I never hear anything about them. It's very strange. Now, when Jack Russell's Great White was around, they always seemed to be, you know, getting into some kind of news, whether it was on Brave Words or Blabbermouth or somewhere, but I never see anything like that for Great White.
Well, I mean, you know, it was Jack. They're going to write up about him, about anything that happens.
Nice. Well, Robby, going forward, you know, I have a lot of kind of businessy questions.
Sure.
How do the promoters react to this? Because obviously, if you ain't winning them, you guys ain't doing anything. So are they appreciative? Are they giving you shit to make you wait, or what?
No, I mean it's different with different people. There's shows we've done, a handful of shows. That's it, and they've gone pretty well. So that's been good. But there are promoters that are not going to have it. That's it's okay, or not going to have it now. I should say. That can change as if we keep doing it and it becomes more of a thing, then it builds. So it's really a brand building thing for what it is, and we'll see. As long as we're having fun, I'm in.
Did you at any
So-
point consider forming something different away from this, just maybe closing the chapter? Because stop me if I'm wrong on any of this, but regardless of music, Jack was your friend, which means
Yeah.
stepping on stage every night, I'm positive the first thing you do is kind of look in the middle and you don't see that guy. Was there any thought of, okay, well, this chapter closes with Jack and I do something new?
I mean, it's like when I'm on stage, it's almost like he's there. I'll look over and I'll do something that he's only there. I'm like, oh, wow. It's like he looks down on it. He's there, and I shouldn't say down on it in a bad way. I think he, appreciates it. I would think he does. And, if he doesn't, he'll let me know.
Nice.
Seriously. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing other things. I'm still doing the Dilf thing. We're working on more stuff, and there's other projects, lots of projects I got my hands in. So it's not like this is everything, but it's it's something. So, and as long as there's something there for us to play and do it, we'll do it. And if not, then it is what it is. If it's I think that honoring Jack's view, he wanted us to do it. I think that honoring it is okay. He's, like he said, if you can pull it off, if it can work, it's like it's tough, right? No Jack, clearly it's Jack. I mean, what are we gonna say?
Right. So what do you have gigs and things lined up in the new year, or are you still looking for, opportunities,
We
or
do.
how's that working for you?
We have only one gig right now in the new year in March, but there's a couple gigs towards the end of the year that are being worked out. We'll see, if it happens. We get opportunities here and there, and what'll happen is, somebody will be busy. Andrew's out with Lynch Mob, so we have to work around his dates, and Tony's got his thing, and then, I've got some stuff that I do that's not out touring national, but I'll get, busy locally. So, we get busy and our dates got to line up. We got an offer for a festival last July and couldn't do it. The guys weren't available.
Well,
So these things will happen. So it's tricky. It's like, hopefully we get them in long enough in advance that we can go, hey, hold on to this. And there's some other stuff in the works for the end of next year. We'll see if it comes through. It'd be really, really good for us.
excellent.
But, I wouldn't say anything until it happens because you never know. But
Sure.
we believe.
Well, that Andrew, he's a man in demand. That guy he shows up on everybody's stage, it seems like.
Yeah, that's because he can sing.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But
Yeah.
you guys are lucky to have him. Now, if he's out doing some gigs or something, and something were to come up for you, would you take the gig if Andrew's busy?
We could, if Terry wanted to do it. I mean, that's initially how they were structuring it from when we were filling in. It just depends. I don't know. Terry, I'm sure, is busy himself, and maybe he wouldn't want to. I don't know. I guess it would depend on the show and what the situation is. But it's possible. Sure. Yeah, it's possible.
I found that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you want it to be that way, Robby, or do you want to pick one guy and say, this is my guy?
Well, I mean, you always want it to be your guy, right? But there's also the reality of how musicians work at where we're at. You know what I mean? People will do different things and they have to, and you can't stop them. It's like, no, I want you to. You're making money over there. Yeah, please do it. You're playing, you're gigging, do it. You need to do it. So you're a musician. So, no, I get it. But having them trying to make it a solid unit, yeah, that's really, I mean, I would say that's ideal. But, it is what it is. I think we are a unit for the guys we are. And then if, we do, I don't don't see us really not doing. We've turned down the gigs every time there's been a gig that somebody isn't available. We've turned them down. So.
Are we asking too many questions that are putting you in a box that you don't live in? Is that...
No, it's all good. It's all good. I just, didn't really give it that much thought. It didn't give it that much thought.
Well, that's why we have you on the show, is because we had a lot of questions last week, and we were just like, you know what, let's kind of table this until we can get Robby on the show and
Fair enough.
ask
Fair
him
enough.
directly, because we had a lot of speculation, and it was just like, well, what if, and it's like, you know what, that's just pointless. Let's just ask somebody straight and get their input. So that's why we invited you.
Okay. I mean, I almost want to know what the speculation is, but then I don't really.
Well, we're kind of asking exactly what we were speculating on. Is it a real band? Is it a tribute band? Those are the business people working with you, those types of things.
Yes. And it is a real band. It's definitely a real band. And, I would say that the 5 guys are the guys. That's it, and if somebody has to come in and sub for something, it could happen, but you have your 5 guys.
Will it always be focused in the realm of Jack? Or let's say Luck of the Draw, you put out a song, it does really, really well. Somehow radio picks it up. It does, XM grabs it, whatever. Would you then pivot to kind of move away from the legacy to build your own legacy?
Well, that's a good question. Well, if you have something that's taken off on its own like that, well, sure, you're building a new legacy, right? So regardless, I think that that's just what would naturally happen. But you still have the legacy of the past that you're not going to ignore it over a song. You know what I mean? It's another song, and then you keep adding songs, and hopefully, you can get some traction on the songs. Sure, that'd be great. And you would want to lean into them more, but it would make sense to keep doing some degree of, at least songs that Tony was a writer on, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess you could play whatever, play it a lot, many times.
Well, being that you're not, stuck in an era, and you're up on technology and so on and so forth. Is there a point in recording a whole album's worth of music, or is there a better way to record songs and get them out there and get them noticed, instead of just becoming a blip on the radar? And it's, as David Lee Roth once said, here today, gone later today.
Yep.
Is there a better way of doing that?
Here today, gone today. Yeah, for me, it's not doing a record. We're not going to do a record. We're not going to put out 10 songs. We're going to put out singles.
Okay.
You just write songs and put them out and see if people like them and see where it goes. It makes more sense, because then it's, hey, the new single, instead of here's 10 songs. Oh, I like that one. Maybe, you put out a single, and it's like the focus is on that, and either you like it or you don't. And then you put out another one. And I really think that's the way. Not that I'm the expert, because I don't have our song blowing up, but at the same time, I believe that that's really the way it's being done, mostly for acts, younger acts, especially. A lot of kids doing that. You see them put out a single and it blows up. You're like, wow. And then they followed up with another one, and
Well, obviously the relationship with Jack Russell and Jack Russell's Great White and stuff, kind of, and being that you're, going out there and paying tribute to the legacy of Jack, you have a kind of a built-in audience who obviously was familiar with Jack and Great White and so on and so forth. Is there any thoughts on somehow getting a different or gaining more of an audience outside of that realm at all?
Well, I mean, that's always, the plan to expand. You're building the brand, so you want to try and move, expand, not just move outside, but bring them along and then, add more, really. So how you do it exactly, who knows? I mean, with He Saw It Coming, my thought with that was, I mean, I wrote with Jack that whole record. Some of them were my initial tracks, some of them were his. Well, the one was Chris's. But when we wrote that, the idea in my head and to us together, we're thinking, let's just kind of squeeze it a little bit outside and have a couple tracks that were like closer to the classic sound, like Sign of the Times, which Tony was involved in that as well. But it's something like She Moves Me is totally different, and there's people who heard that and hated it, and I'm like, man, I love that tune. It's a good song. I don't care what anybody says, it's a good tune. And Jack always said that all the time too, and like, yep, you listen to that song, it's like, man, it's sexy. So it is just different. It could definitely be outside that realm,
Sure.
So moving into what we're doing now, we thought, okay, we better kind of get in the lane to start because, it makes a little more sense to be closer to the roots. And then maybe you kind of start leaning outside the roots. Maybe.
Sure.
That's just my thought. Who knows how that could change, but.
Right on. Let me ask you one that's, if you dodge it, that's fine. I'm telling you in advance that if this is too close, tell me to shut up.
Okay, I might.
What, if any, kind of interaction, be it legal or friendship or whatever, do you have with Heather, Jack's now widowed, lady?
Yeah, no comment on that. I don't have.
Right.
There's nothing. I have nothing.
Fair enough. That's why I put it out there ahead of time that we weren't sandbagging you. If there was something, I just wanted to know if there was.
No, yeah, no, not at all.
Fair enough.
Well, Robby, how has the new song been received? Have you had any feedback? Yeah, I know it's only been out a little while, but have you had any feedback? Who are you getting the feedback from, and what are you hearing?
We're getting a lot of good feedback. We are from a lot of people that they like the tune. Not everybody, of course not, but there's a lot of people, majority of people, because we were kind of when we were kind of pushing it out there. I mean, Tony seemed more concerned for sure than me. I'm just like, dude, it's a track, just put it out there. And he's like, man, are they gonna like it? As we played it even to Ken, and then Ken played drums on it, and he's like, yeah, it's a good tune. And then same thing, sending it to Andrew, what I mean? Each little step, to Dan to record it. And everybody loved the tune. And then we started kind of pushing it outside the circles, and majority of the people liked it. A lot of radio people. We were getting spins at KLPX, KFMA. There's someone else that just spun it. I'm not sure. I saw an email. I haven't been able to get into it yet. But it's out on Play MPE. So anybody who wants to spin it can go there, grab it, and spin it. I don't know if you guys got it there or where you got it, but that's, you can.
Well, we just use the old Spotify.
Oh, okay.
That way you can make 1/10 of a cent or whatever.
Well, I think it's kind of a fun, feel good tune, and it's obviously a throwback, and it kind of makes people at least in my age group remember the 80s, because I was an 80s guy. I lived in LA during the 80s and during the height of the 80s, from 85 to 91, and that's what was going on, so it kind of just kind of like, wow, well, that kind of captures that moment.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it. It's a nice throwback. It's kind of like a gift to everybody who lived then and wants, feels that they can feel that in that track. And I think it kind of delivers it. A lot of people are, it's fun. That's what my question to you was going to be, what did you think of the track? I mean, you can be honest to me. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
No,
Okay.
I liked it. We played, we played probably I think we played the whole thing last night,
I think
right?
we did play.
Yeah, we kind of stopped along the way and kind of commented a little bit. And then I played the full thing before you came on tonight. So no, it's kind of a fun throwback tune, just kind of get you in that mood, and you just kind of sit back and remember some of the things that are mentioned in the song. And it's like, that's just kind of a nice little tribute to, to Great White, to Jack, to an era, to the whole thing. If you lived in LA, and of course you didn't have to live in LA to appreciate the tune, but for me personally, it just reminded me of living in LA when I did.
Cool. and hopefully it would bring people back to wherever they were at that time. Is really
Sure.
the idea, to wherever they're at. If you're in Ohio and you know, during that area, like, yeah, I get it, you know, that's
Right.
cool. I
Well,
think that, you know, Tony
be,
did a great job on the lyrics.
being in Ohio, the first thing I noticed was the razor blades on the cover. Who threw that in there?
Well, I mean, it was between when we were doing the artwork, it was we were just throwing out, you know, everything that's in a song, try and put it in there, you know. So the razor blade, let's put razor blade in there, and fishnets, and you know, whatever, CD covers and Polaroids and whatever, everything that's in there, and it's, you know, supposed to be the girl going in and seeing her mother's treasure box from that time, and then she opens it up and is like, wow, this is what an amazing time. And now she's a big fan of Bon Jovi and Duran Duran, and all the bands were like the bomb at the time, you know, the big bands.
Sure.
Right. Right.
And, well, still are, of course, but I mean, at the time, you know what I mean? It was the active rock that was the thing.
Right. Do
Perfect.
you worry, Robby, as we go forward? I mean, and maybe worry's not the right word, but obviously this year we've lost, you know, in the last year and a few months, well put it. Jack passes away, Ace passes away, Ozzy passes away. I mean, we're in that place now where they're all going to pass away. Does that make it frustrating or scary or what have you to invest your energy? You're a little younger than these guys, than some of these guys. Does it make it tough to invest your energy and your time with guys that are pushing 70 or more?
Is it a waste of my time? No.
No, not a waste, but is it difficult? Is it difficult to put your energy into it versus starting a band, a young band?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, not at all. I mean, it's just kind of like, if you're doing it and you love it, then it doesn't matter. It's your passion. You just want to do it. And if it's with guys you like, you know, hopefully if you're hired to play with somebody, hopefully you like them, you know, hopefully it works out that way. And if not, you know, you can always leave. But, no, I mean, shoot, somebody could be 70, and I mean, look at, Roger Daltrey. He's what, 85, and he still sings like a bird. I mean, hey man, that's, if somebody who's 70, they could sing for 15 more years on that level. That's pretty outstanding. And a lot of guys are able to pull it off, you know, pretty late. Steven Tyler was doing it till, you know,
Glenn Hughes,
singing hardest stuff.
Sure, Glenn Hughes as well.
Glenn Hughes, unbelievable, man.
Well, Robby, what is your choice of style of music that you dig? I mean, is it the Great White style, or is there something outside of that you go, well, you know, I did the Great White thing with Jack, you know, because I had the ability and Jack and I were friends and so on and so forth. But do you have a style that is more, what do you want to call, more of a you fit in the pocket more? You have a favorite type of music or anything like that?
Not really. It's more like I just like a lot of different things. So if I'm playing in a metal band, I'll play metal and I'll be loving it. If the songs are good, you're just going to love it. It doesn't matter. Could be a pop band and I could love it if it's good songs, and it's, you know, it just depends. But I mean, for mostly that's like with Dilf, it's more punk, but putting in some solos and stuff, you know, it's fun. I like playing it. Then I play with a bunch of blues guys, and it's just, you know, plugging into the Fender and playing, you know, more old school blues, like real blues, you know, and that's great too. I love it. I have a great time. I love when we keep telling the guy, let's get more gigs.
Well, do you have an era of music that you lean into a little more than others?
I really love from, like, you know, 50s. I love 50s music, 60s, 70s, 80s, into the 90s. After that, it just depends on the band. I mean, I love System of a Down. They're early 2000s. There's a bunch of different bands. I'll hear them and I'll be like, oh yeah, these guys kick ass. I mean, there's a lot of them, but it's just different. That sound, that more modern metal sound is different than what we're doing for sure. but I love it. There's a band, Fall to Break, out of Tucson, and I played on a track of theirs, and it kicks ass. And then we actually wrote a song, and the singer wrote a song that it's still just sitting. I'm like, man, this thing it's metal, like modern active rock, cool, super catchy, but for some reason it's not being put out. So
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that Ken really gets into some really hardcore shit.
Yeah, in fact, Ken plays on the track. He played on the track. And then some guys from some band, oh man, I keep forgetting the name. They're more modern. The singer and the bass player. I don't recall the name of the band, but they're pretty well known. Not like huge, but pretty well known and really good. And they kicked ass on the track, but the track is sitting there, nothing's happening. So
Perfect. Well, you mentioned your DILF band. I mean, we featured that on the show a year or so ago with your Christmas music and so on and so forth. So, being that we're getting into that season again, what's going on with that project?
well, we're supposed to be filming for the next video coming up soon. It's really been slow all year because Jesse's been back in New York, and it's been hard for him to get out here. He's coming back out. We're going to film. We've got, a few songs that are done. They're done. They're ready. And we're just trying to figure out which one to do because you want to put it out with a video each time.
Right.
So in this one, we're doing a kind of a parody. It's a cover, and it's actually really good and kind of pretty funny. It's the song Before He Cheats. I don't know. Have you heard that country tune?
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood.
Right.
It's good. I just hope the video turns out really good. It's a parody of it where he's singing from the perspective of the guy that cheated on the girl.
Nice.
We'll see how it's funny. If it's done right, it could be really, really good in a video because we've even got a girl that kind of looks like Carrie Underwood that we can use. And then we need the trampy girl in the bar shooting pool. And it would be funny, And
Right.
it's basically, it's a country tune, the same hooks. I actually did all the little things in it all the way up to the end, all the little fiddle stuff, but on guitar, just made it a little more like rock, and it's got a vibe. So
Right on.
you'll hear it when it comes out, for sure. I don't know if it's something you'd play on your show because it's,
Well,
but you
of
might.
course we'd play it. I mean, if it's a friend of ours, which we consider you a friend, and it's kind of relevant to what's currently going on. Sure, we'll play it.
Absolutely, we'll play it.
Okay,
We might
cool.
beat it up, but we'll play it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, one thing about that, and I got into trouble with another one of our guests for daring to ask this, but since you get into doing some production and videos and all this other stuff, are you self-funded with these type of things, or are there any? Yeah, you guys just do this on your own?
Oh yeah. I have a studio, what you're in right now. This is where I mixed that track, the Rockin' Like the 80s mixed here. Ken recorded the drums in Phoenix. He's got that SSL, so it's great. He recorded his drums there. Dan recorded at home. Andrew recorded at home. Tony and I did our guitars here, and we did all the backing vocals here, and basically produced it. And then I mixed it. And then
Nice.
Tony would come in, and he would sit here, and he would, what do you think? And try this and this and this, and do it till we go, okay, I think we got it, and there it is.
Well, how about like the DILF videos and things like that?
That the DILF video, so the DILF stuff is done here as well,
Mhm.
but everything, all the drums, bass, vocals, everything's done here. The videos, Julie, do you know Julie Bridegam?
Don't know. Doesn't ring a bell.
She's the one who's basically produced the videos, and she's Jesse's girlfriend. And so between the two of them, they kind of brainstorm it and do it. And they do put money into it because there's a guy that they know that he does a great job of filming it. And then they'll get somebody who edits it, but they just work favors, I think, a lot because nobody's got the budget for it,
Sure. That's kind of why I was asking, because it can rack up a couple of bucks.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it, how you have to do it to be able to get rolling. Sure, if you're making money, then you're going to spread it around because that's the right thing to do. But if you're not making money, what are you supposed to do? you do it any way you can, right? You want to
Right.
get something out.
Beg, borrow, and steal.
I don't know about the steal, but the beg and borrow, absolutely.
There's a lot of credit cards that have been used over the years, right?
Oh yeah, I ran up many credit cards getting the stuff I have in here, but it's all paid off.
Perfect.
Nice.
Well, Robby, is there anything else that you want to tell the fans, or tell us about what's going on with you, or projects you want to mention, or anything else?
I think just keep an eye out really on my Facebook, because I'll put stuff up as we're playing, or you can go to the oncebittenband.com. We do have a web page, so we're just getting it going. And whatever, or the Facebook page, or whatever, any social media, go out and find anybody in the band, and you'll kind of find out what's going on. And Central Point, whatever pages.
Perfect. All right.
And yeah, check it out, because there'll be DILF stuff. There's other stuff I'm doing. There'll be things coming out. I'll probably have something solo coming out. I've got quite a few songs, but I'm just kind of teetering on putting them out. I'm not sure. It's kind of almost too personal in a way, even that they are and they're not, but they're kind of that kind of feeling. So I don't know if that makes sense at all, but you're like, wow, do you really want to play that to people? It's
or do you
like
really want people to interpret it incorrectly?
Yeah. But that's one in particular I wrote about dreaming and dreams, so it's called So Near, So Far. I'm thinking about putting it out, but I'd have to have something that's really good to go with it, video. Otherwise, I just don't know.
Right.
If you're into the dreaming, anybody who's into dreams can probably relate to it in some sort of way. So we'll see. Maybe that'll be coming out. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm trying to get courageous enough to actually do it.
Nice.
And it's trippy. You know what? You'll listen to it and you won't even know it's me playing guitar or any of the instruments or anything, because it sounds more like almost industrial. Kind of, it definitely way more modern with, all the sounds and things that are going on. There's guitar in there. There's no shredding guitar. There's some cool slide guitar stuff and some just trippy guitar stuff. So maybe it's worth putting out. We'll see.
We won't mistake it for 9 Inch Nails or anything like that, will we?
No, it won't be that fun, but it's going to be, different. You'll be kind of taken back a little bit, like, whoa, okay, interesting. You might not like it, but you might.
There you go.
Right.
We'll see. If I get the courage to do it and get a video for it, I'm putting it out.
There you go.
You heard it first here.
All right. Sounds good. All right, Robby. Well, we appreciate you taking the time and a few minutes to talk to us and kind of give us an update on what's going on with Once Bitten and the fact that you guys are a band and you're going to go out there and play if you get the opportunity, and people may have the opportunity to see you, opening up or, playing some gigs or, whatever the case may be, but you can kind of check them out over at the web page, as you mentioned there, that oncebittenband.com.
Right.
That's where we're going to hub it all kind of there out to everything else. So we just need to keep it updated and be on top of it and let it grow. That's the point. And, there's a lot of people from the era who are from the Jack Russell Great White era who really want the band to continue. And I'm sure there's probably a lot that don't, but we're going to play for those who do.
There you go.
Perfect. Well, you mentioned the album that you worked with Jack, and he saw it coming. And I'm going to close out with a track from that disc, and I'll let you pick it and tell us a story about it.
Oh boy, that's tough for me.
Do you remember what's on it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times we ask people and they don't remember what they put on their own records.
Oh no, I got a story for every track. That's the thing. And I really like He Saw It Coming. It's such a departure. I love that one, but I like Crazy a lot too. They're both very good. Crazy's closer to like Aerosmith,
Okay.
A Great White kind of thing. And there's a story with that. There's a story with all of them. You pick a track and I'll give you the story.
Go with Crazy.
Well, let's go with Crazy if it's Aerosmith like.
It's Aerosmith like. Yeah. So
Okay.
that one I had wrote early on, brought it over to Jack with one of the other tracks that's on there, Don't Let Me Go. And he didn't like them. I was like, yeah, whatever. He just didn't even pay attention to them. He would tell people we were like peas in a pod writing, and that wasn't true until it became true. So at first I would play him stuff. Nope, don't like it. Okay, what are you going to do? And it was those songs. And then I was like, Jack, you sure? I think that it really is cool and fits what you would do. And then finally I played, put it together a little more and played it to him. And he started going, okay, yeah, yeah. And he started singing, and we had different lyrics that were on there, and they weren't that great. And he wasn't really getting the timing right. And then, it just one day we were talking. I still remember walking up in front of my house on the phone with him. And I just said, what about writing about a crazy, bitch, like that crazy bitch song, but in our own thing. And that's where it started. Lyrics came together fast. He came in and he sang most of it pretty well, but there was a couple parts in the verses where his timing wasn't right. So I had him come back in again. I go, you got to get that timing right. It doesn't have that sexy flow like Steven Tyler. And he came in and he nailed it, and it made all the differences. Boom, here's the track.
All right. Well, I
Yeah.
think that fits our audience perfectly. So, all right, Robby, you're always welcome back on the show now that you figured out how to get on the show.
Right. It took my phone. My computer won't do it. I don't understand. So I got my phone.
But anyway, we got you, and go check out oncebittenband.com and go check out their new track as well. But we're going to play a track. This one came out a few years ago from He Saw It Coming. This one features obviously Jack Russell on lead vocal, and this one is called Crazy. So here it is. This is Jack Russell's Great White with Crazy exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
Got this feeling, I'm gonna drive that girl insane. Got this feeling, I'm gonna drive that girl insane.
It's the Pat Travers Band right here on the Classic Metal Show with Snortin' Whiskey. That one going up by request to Johnny Castle. Just before that, we heard Deep Purple in there with Knocking at Your Back Door for Jackal. Aerosmith showing up with some Uncle Salty for Winter Steel. Another Wasp tune in there for the Hellion for Floyd Gondoli. Danger Danger with Going, Going, Gone for George from Sydney. And of course, we kicked off that block there with Jack Russell's Great White with Crazy for Robby Lochner, who was our guest. So that worked out well. Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks a lot better when you see the actual video without the 10 minutes of bullshit in the middle.
I'm sure it looks much more gooder.
Right.
All right. Well, we are into the sponsored segment of the Classic Metal Show. This is where you, the fans, sponsor the Classic Metal Show with your hard-earned shekels that you give to us. $5 a month for the premium service and all that kind of stuff, but it basically just goes to offset some of the costs. So if you want to join us at our locals, go over to Classic Metal Show or classicmetalshow.locals.com and join up for $5 a month.
Yeah.
Helps us greatly. Well, it helps Chris mostly because he sits there and edits these videos and grinds it out for you and make sure you have content every day and got something to listen to and so on and so forth. So, don't be stingy. Help out. Help out a little bit.
I just put up a new Classic Metal Show website, theclassicmetalshow.com today, actually.
You did?
I did. Just a quick one. It's just real quick. I still have to get, I need to get your links back from the shirts and everything, but
sure.
But yeah, I just threw something together real fast. Just everybody kept complaining every single week that they couldn't figure out to listen to the radio part of it, like when we go to break or whatever.
Right.
And I don't know, I guess mine is the only computer that has the bookmark feature on my on my browsers, but since nobody else has that feature, I went ahead and just built another page so it's easier to find.
Well, I just want it easy. I just want to point and click. That's all I want to do.
Yeah. I want to be retarded and just go boo, boo,
I don't
play.
I don't want to have to do anything.
Yeah. Play.
That's how it goes, my friend.
I know. It just is what it is.
Right. All right. Well, before we talk to Robby, I was getting into a story with Kid Rock.
You might as well start that all over because it all got cut out.
I'm going to start that all over again because it's actually a two-part story.
Okay.
It's something that I had pulled this out or because of what was going on with Kid Rock, and then another story popped up because of that.
Okay.
And so on and so forth. And then I got an email from Demon and she sent the same thing to me. And I was just like, well, I was going to cover this, but all right, I'll give you some credit to Demon for popping in there and saying, hey, here's something to, cover. So I'm going to shoot, while I'm reading this story, I'll shoot this YouTube link over to you.
Okay.
So you can actually see his commentary.
All right.
And so on and so forth. So let me do that real quick, and then I'll get into the story.
Okay.
Chris, hang on a minute. That's not what I wanted to do. Compose, Chris.
Sendaroo.
Yeah. And send. All right. Let me get into the story here.
Okay.
So anyway, he was on Jesse Waters' show, and for whatever reason. And so it says the conservative country rock singer appeared on Friday's episode of Fox News program Jesse Waters Primetime, where he asked the host a simple, seemingly politically neutral question. What are you going to be for Halloween? Waters explained that he and his family would be donning group costumes as the Scooby-Doo Mystery Gang. The smile that cracked across Rock's face when he prompted Waters to reciprocate the question suggests it was never neutral and never intended solely as a question for the host. So Jesse Waters asked Kid Rock, well, what are you going to be? And he says, Anthony Fauci.
Okay.
Waters asked, invoking the former head of the Center of Disease Control, whose handling of the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to draw ire from Kid Rock. No, the musician reported, no, the musician born Robert James Ritchie wouldn't be dressing as the public health official, but as a retard.
Okay.
He announced while holding a face mask over his mouth. Waters burst into laughter when Rock dropped the word, which has been long condemned by differently abled individuals and advocate groups as derogatory and discriminatory. So he said retard. He's going to dress as a retard.
Horrors.
Okay, I guess you can be anything, Waters joke, all smiles. Rock declared greatest costume ever. Rock has been a tireless vocal critic of many of the aspects of the pandemic, especially vaccine and mask mandates. In 2022, the God Only Knows Why singer vowed to skip all venues that imposed the mandates on their performers and audiences. That same year, he immortalized those views with the song We the People, which included lyrics like, wear your mask, take your pills. Now a whole generation is mentally ill. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We got to act quick, shut our borders down. But Rock wasn't always opposed to such measures to keep America safe from the potentially deadly respiratory virus. Shortly after the global breakout of the COVID-19 in 2020, Rock posted a selfie to his Instagram wearing a handmade mask with the caption, protect yourself and others by making a homemade cloth mask. Still, the musician has held conservative views for many years that cross over the boundaries of controversial and downright offensive.
Ooh.
You know, just being a conservative is offensive.
Sure.
Rock paused a 2017 concert in Grand Rapids, Michigan to deliver a tirade that in part criticized NFL star Colin Kaepernick for kneeling during the Star-Spangled Banner to protest anti-black police brutality. If you want to take a knee or sit during the Star-Spangled Banner, call me a racist because I'm not politically correct and think you have to remind me that Black Lives Matter. Nazis, fucking bigots, and now again the KKK. I say screw all you assholes. Stay the fuck away.
All right.
That's controversial.
Yeah, how dare he say such a thing?
How is that controversial?
I don't know. By the way, I need you to re-forward that to me. Whatever that link was you sent to me does not work.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let me try this again. I'm just going to send this whole thing to you.
Okay.
Forward to Chris.
Wapow. Well, this is not new for Kid Rock. I mean, let's be honest. He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care, and he shouldn't care.
No, he shouldn't. And
I mean, he's a guy who's made his way in life on his own terms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's just like, and the thing is what I liked about, you know, what he did. I've never been a Kid Rock fan. I've liked a few of the things he did. I like that Werewolf from London song with Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh yeah, All Night Long.
Yeah, that song, that's pretty cool. And yeah, I've liked a few of his things, and I did like that song that they just mentioned in this We the People.
Yeah,
I like that song. I'm not a big fan, but I do like his stuff here and there.
Sure.
You know. So anyway, due to his appearance on Fox News, where he, God forbid, said the R word, said retard out loud.
Oh my God. I hope they hung him, took him right out back and hung him.
Well, let's watch the clip here first before I read this story.
All right. Screen share. Let me get this up into the full screen. All right, here we go.
Let me ask you a question. What are you going to be for Halloween?
So my whole family is doing Scooby-Doo.
Why is Randy Trask on with this guy?
He does look like him, doesn't he?
He looks like Randy.
With his hair all pulled back and everything.
Now that Randy's bald, he looks just like him.
Yeah, is Randy sporting a mustache too?
He's not sporting the mustache. Actually, I'm going to see Randy Monday. He's cutting down a bunch of trees here at my house.
All right.
But, all right, let's put Randy and, who's this guy? Jesse Waters?
Yeah.
All right, we'll watch these guys again. Here we go.
Son's going to be Scooby-Doo. I'm Shaggy. So I'm going to kind of dress like you. Big baggy clothes, I got long hair. I'm just going to have a little flask while I walk around. There you go. Undercover brother.
Guess what I'm going to be?
What?
Guess what I'm going to be?
Fauci?
A retard. A retard.
Nothing wrong with that.
Okay. I guess you can be anything for
Greatest
Halloween.
costume ever.
All right, kid, I'll see you out there. Trick or treat.
Boy, that guy did not like that.
Well, I know. He's just like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to frown? Am I supposed to laugh nervously? What do I got to do?
Yeah. And
Now
I'm
you're
sure
fucking
for
up-
Fox News, Kid Rock is a big get.
Yeah, of course.
So that's hilarious.
Yeah, he's going to be a retard.
Yeah, that's funny.
All right. Kid Rock gets an urgent request
Okay.
from Special Olympics after using a slur
Oh, brother.
to describe his Halloween costume. A slur.
So the Special Olympics people saw this clip. Somebody forwarded it to him, obviously, because
Yes.
I'm quite sure they are from the Pink Hair Brigade.
Right.
They forwarded him this clip, and then they what? Chastised Kid Rock?
Well, let's find out.
Okay.
Kid Rock's use of the word retard in a recent interview was definitely noticed by the Special Olympics. During his appearance on Fox News, Jesse Waters Primetime, the Bob singer, they always got to do that, cracked up as he told the host that he planned on being a retard for Halloween as he held up a face mask over his mouth. The host laughed too and added, I guess you can be anything for Halloween. But the Special Olympics did not find that on-air moment funny.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. In response, Loretta Claiborne, the chief inspiration officer at the organization, which aims to provide year-round sports training and athletic competition, a variety of Olympic-type sports for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. Is that what they're calling that now?
I guess so.
Intellectual disabilities, released an open letter to Kid Rock, who was born, who cares, about the appearance. The R word deeply demeans and harms people with intellectual disabilities, Claiborne wrote. I'm writing to you personally with an urgent request. Please acknowledge the hurt caused and the use and use this moment to stand with us in rejecting the word and the prejudice it represents.
Please.
She explained that he was a powerful voice and a massive platform, and that as an artist and cultural figure who influences millions, you can shape the conversation and attitudes across the country. This word retard has been kicked around for decade after decade after decade. Do you think anything that Kid Rock is going to do is everybody's going to go, you know what? I really need to rethink that now.
See, I just have a bigger problem with the whole statement. The whole statement basically says, even if you believe it, don't say it.
Right.
You're too big to say what you think.
Right.
So lie to the people about who you are.
And why are we always so afraid of words?
Yeah, who gives a shit? Who cares?
People with intellectual disabilities should have suffered generations of discrimination and humiliation. In the 21st century, we're still continuing to fight for the simplest form of justice, the recognition of our full humanity, a recognition you undermine when you use the word retard.
Yeah.
See, you used a word.
Yeah, who cares?
Claiborne noted that Spread the Word campaign, which is backed by both the Special Olympics and Best Buddies endeavors to end the casual use of the R word and replace it with something far more powerful, respect.
Fuck off.
You know what?
Fuck off.
Then the joke wouldn't be funny if he put that mask up and said, you know what I'm going as?
Respected. Yeah.
Then it's not funny.
See, and herein lies the problem. if you give in on this, let's just say, sake of argument, we all say, you know what? Maybe it is insensitive to people with learning disabilities to use the word retard. If we give into that, so now I'm going to say stupid. Okay? I'll use the word that is what I generally mean when I say retard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean you're stupid. What you know damn well, once retard dries up, then they'll come after stupid. Then they'll absolutely say, well, you're making an aspersion on those people that are not smart, that are generally having learning disabilities, so you can't say stupid either.
Right. Well, again, it's a slippery slope. Once you start banning this word and that word and, so on and so forth, it just, where does it end?
Yeah. How about we go back to the old days where if you don't like what somebody says, you just avoid them.
Yeah, you just don't pay it any mind.
Yeah. Because believe me, you blue-haired idiots with the rings, the septum rings, I don't pay no attention to you. I don't give a fuck what your platform is. I don't give a fuck what you're feeling. Because you're a loser to me. So I don't want anything to do with you. And I just ignore it. And why can't they just ignore anything?
Yeah, you can exist and you can do whatever it is you do, and you could bang your drum about whatever it is that you're talking about, but I'm not going to pay you any mind.
Yeah, I'm just going to ignore you, as I do. Even with these kind of stories. Now you've read that the Special Olympics or whoever is mad about the word retard. You know what? I promise you I will call somebody a retard tomorrow. It will happen.
We've made great progress, but every public use of that word sets us back, and it reinforces the stigma we're trying to overcome. Well, what is the stigma?
There is no stigma. They're inventing the stigma.
That's my point.
Because forever and a day, we've taken it as you're doing something dumb. You're being a retard.
Well, again, what was the word that they used prior to retarded? Imbecilic.
Imbecilic, yeah.
Remember? And that's in plenty of like medical journals and stuff about being an imbecilic, and then it turned into retarded.
Yeah, because retard's easier than imbecilic.
Yeah. She said she heard the word repeatedly used against her during her childhood. Was she a retard?
She must act like one if she heard it through her childhood a lot.
Maybe. It hurt deeply then, and it still hurts today.
Well, that's your own problem, you weak fucking minded bitch.
But I've also learned that every moment of hurt can become a moment to teach, to grow, and to move forward together. I believe this can be one of those moments. It's a teachable moment, Chris.
Yeah, none of us give a fuck. We don't care that you're hurt. We don't care that your fucking feelings are hurt. You're a fucking retard. Go eat a bag of pennies, you asshole. Is that too much? Is that over the line, you cunt?
You just went over the line, Chris.
Oh,
no reason to go over the line like that.
Just cancel me then.
Yeah. She would be honored to speak with the rocker, she said, to use this moment to build a world where every person is valued and respected.
Fuck off. They're not. First of all, why do I have to respect everybody? Where is that written that I have to respect every single person? I don't. I don't respect. Do you?
No. That's something you have to earn. You don't just get it because you want it.
Yeah. And because you're a slow learner, remember that term? Because you're a slow learner doesn't mean that I have to respect the fact that your fucking brain doesn't work well. Sorry, I don't. I don't look at you negatively per se, but I just don't care. You're not my kid, so I don't give a fuck. Sorry if that's too callous. Idiots.
All right. Well, sticking with the so bold, so brave move.
Okay.
Your girl, Billie Eilish.
Okay.
She decided she was going to flex her intellectual disabilities.
Okay.
And ask a very pertinent question and put people in their place with her.
Sure.
Smart.
Okay.
She is just not an attractive girl.
Great tits, though.
Well, Not attractive.
Nah, not really.
I can't figure her out at all. She's
gone downhill too. She was kind of cute when she was young, but boy, she hit that wall, like she was fired out of a cannon into it.
Well, she's only 23, Chris. Holy
I don't
shit.
care how old she is. She's looking bad now.
All right. Billie Eilish has won widespread praise after she used her platform at Wednesday night's Wall Street Journal Magazine Innovator Awards in New York City to call out billionaires directly to their faces.
Ooh, how so
she
brave,
got
so bold.
Got all up in their face.
So brave and bold.
I know. For reference, the 23-year-old singer was at the ceremony as she was honored with the Music Innovator Award with a whole host of other rich and famous names in attendance, including Facebook billionaire Mark Zuckerberg, whose wife Priscilla Chan was honored for her work in science and philanthropy. It's worth noting that in 2015, Mark and Priscilla pledged to give away 99% of their shares in Meta, that would be Facebook, to philanthropy over their lifetime, and they've given away more than $7 billion to date.
It's a lot of bees.
Where does all that money go? It never changes anything. It doesn't.
No.
You never see or hear of any real improvements that change the world. $7 billion is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. You'd think it would change. I mean, but look at how long did that stupid Jerry Lewis, what was that, muscular dystrophy?
Jerry Lewis telethon went on for 5 decades.
Fucking 50 years and didn't change anything with MS, did it?
It didn't seem to anyway, not that I'm aware of.
I mean, what's his name? Michael J. Fox is still a shaky creep. So
Yeah,
you would have thought after all the money that they raised for 50 years, they'd be able to help the man.
He's got Parkinson's. He doesn't have.
Is that different?
Yes.
How is that? I don't even know the difference. And I'm not even kidding. I really don't know the difference between MS and Parkinson's.
Right.
What's the difference?
Well, muscular dystrophy is atrophy in the muscles, and Parkinson's is a neurological disease.
Okay, so with MS, you don't move; you just like turn into a vegetable. Is that what we're saying?
Basically, yeah.
Right.
Your muscles and everything become basically just jelly.
Did not know that. I honestly thought both were the same thing. Much like retard to slow learner, I thought they were just two words that meant the same thing.
Well, now you learned something today.
I did. Shows educational tonight.
Sure. Any guesses on what Mark Zuckerberg's worth is, just off the top of your head?
Oh, wow. 100 billion.
Multiply that by 2 1/3.
Yeah, that seems about right.
232 billion.
Yeah, and he's not even second either, is he?
No, Elon Musk.
Well, Elon's first.
Yeah,
Elon's
and
first, but
several people. I think Bill Gates is up there, and
there's some crypto guy.
Yeah, and then there's some guy who I think he's like a Mexican guy. He owns like some newspapers and some media companies and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
still a lot of money.
Yeah, 232 billion.
Yeah, for owning a platform that has literally died.
Yeah.
Wow, made his money when it counted. Good for him.
All right, so here Zuckerberg is at this thing along with some other very wealthy folks.
Yeah.
So when Eilish took the stage to accept her award, Billie said, "We're in a time right now where the world is really, really bad."
Okay.
Is the world really, really bad? Is it?
I do agree with that. It's bad.
In what regard?
Societally?
Well, society.
Society's a fucking mess.
Yeah, but this just has to do more or less with politicians and bad policy.
Yeah, but I mean I think we're in a really bad space. I mean, you got communists winning elections in New York City, you got a Muslim takeover in Michigan. All that shit's going to bleed into this. Is a bad time, at least for this country.
Well, but the thing is these people would have never been allowed in here had we stuck to our immigration.
Well, I agree.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It's bad politics and bad policy.
Sure, but it makes for a bad time now because we're stuck with it.
Yeah, but I don't think she's talking about that being.
Well, no, I'm sure she's talking about there's guys with red hats that scare me.
I'm sure that's where it's at. But anyway,
sure.
She says we're in a time right now where the world is really, really bad and we're really dark and people need empathy and help more than and need empathy and help more than kind of ever, especially in our country.
Okay.
And I'd say if you have the money, it would be great to use it for good things and maybe give it to some people that need it.
Okay.
Then she told the crowd, love you all, but there's a few people in here that have a lot more money than me. Okay.
All right.
And if you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? Billy asked. No hate, but yeah, give your money away, shorties.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. How much of her money has she earned from not giving her music away, you stupid
I'm
bitch?
glad you mentioned that because
Jesus.
that is right in the next paragraph.
Okay.
In addition, Billy, who has an estimated worth, what do you think she's worth now?
Probably 50.
Well, dead on. $50 million.
Yeah.
How did she get $50 million?
Dude, she's huge, and she's the world today. It's not like the old days with the rock stars, and they just made their money from their music. They make it from kind of the influencer thing too. They go online and they get hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to endorse, I don't know, whatever product, this necklace or whatever on their social media or wear it in a video or, everything's commerce now. And she's huge.
Shit. Yeah. But again, I
mean, she has at least 3 or 4 video or songs that are in the billions of plays on every single platform, which is millions of dollars.
Okay. Well, again,
I'm not surprised. Obviously, I nailed that one to the wall. So, and that's about right for her.
Yeah.
With what she does.
Yeah. Million. Let's see. In addition, Billy, who has an estimated worth of 50 million, put her money where her mouth is, with it being announced elsewhere in the evening that she is donating a staggering 11.5 million of the proceeds from her Hit Me Hard and Soft tour to support organizations fighting for food equity, climate justice, and reducing carbon pollution and combating the climate crisis. A crisis.
Boy, she's quite a Trump supporter, isn't she?
Yeah, no, I
Jesus.
could tell. I hate when people use this crisis stuff.
Yeah, the crisis.
If you were so brave, why don't you go over to India and China and tell them to knock off the pollution over there?
Yeah. Well, we have to do it.
Stop beating the drum here. We have had pollution controls, some of the most stringent pollution controls in the world.
Right.
But yet it's easy to sit here and go, yeah, well, we're polluting here. Well, go over to India and go to China. And when you start making differences over there, they have no controls over there.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get them to start adhering to these pollution controls, then I'll start listening to you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I mean, aren't we at like worldwide pollution wise? Isn't the United States at like 2% or 3% or something? It's tiny.
It's such a tiny amount.
But where I'm going with this is it's such a tiny amount that anything that we do will not make a difference.
No, it won't. I mean, when Mount St. Helens erupted back in 1980, it put more pollution in the air just from that eruption than like 50 years of pollution that would have been potentially caused from industry here in the United States.
And somehow we didn't die.
Yeah, just from one volcanic explosion.
Sure. And how did we live through that?
I don't know. We're still here to talk about it.
Yeah. Look at fucking Fukushima. You put radiation by the millions of gallons into the ocean. And the worst it did was fucked up some fish.
Right.
I mean, we're still all eating fish. I don't have a head growing out of my neck.
Yep. Remember,
Pollution's not as
back in-
big of a deal as they make it out to be.
Well, again, it's a platform, is what it is.
Yeah.
But do you remember back? I think it was like 2010 or something when that pipe or the oil broke
Oh,
under
the Exxon Valdez thing. Yeah.
No, not the Exxon Valdez ship. I'm talking. There was this pipe that they had to cap. Remember that?
Yeah, and they kept showing the underwater video of it just pouring oil into the ocean every day.
It was just pumping and pumping and pumping. Well, look, it's just filling the ocean up with oil.
Yeah, they tried to make it out like the ocean was going to be black.
Yeah, exactly. And they went and capped that thing.
Yeah.
You never heard another goddamn thing about it.
Nothing. No, there's nothing else for us to do.
And you remember back in the 80s about the hole in the ozone and everybody was going to get skin cancer?
Yeah.
What happened to the hole in the ozone? They said the ozone can't repair itself. It's just not possible. There's this whole ozone is going to get worse. And they did away with all the aerosol cans and all this other shit. Remember? And it's like, it's just eating the ozone. There's a hole in the ozone and everyone's going to die of cancer.
Right.
Nothing.
Well, I think that cleared itself up when the 80s metal ended.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, there was no more Aquanet being sprayed all over the place. So we got healthy again. The environment got healthy. The ozone fixed itself.
Needless to say, the whole thing has left people seriously impressed. They were impressed with that?
I guess they were. Wow.
This is one rich bitch talking to other rich people. Wow, I was impressed. She's got a lot of moxie.
Good for her.
With one commenter saying of her speech, ballsy, nice to see a celebrity actually stick to their morals in a room with powerful people. Wow.
Yeah. And she'll stick right to that until Elon Musk and Zuckerberg make it that she gets no traction online forevermore.
Right.
That'll be it. Then she'll be like, you know what? These guys are great for the environment.
Right. Well, you know what I find funny? She is donating a staggering 11.5 million of the proceeds from her Hit Me Hard and Soft tour. I don't see her donating 11.5 of the money she currently has.
No. Future earnings.
Yeah, for future earnings.
Yeah, which we will never, ever hear about.
Right.
We're never going to see her handing over a check.
No.
You know, this has already been forgotten.
Sure.
Probably in most circles, it'll already be forgotten.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, well, I'm going to donate 11.5 of this upcoming thing I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I was just thinking about this today, Neely.
Yeah.
I am going to donate 100% of the proceeds I make when I headline a show at SoFi Stadium.
Okay.
When that happens, 100% of the proceeds are going to carbon credits or whatever the fuck I need to buy. 100%. I can say things that are never going to happen too, Billy. Jesus Christ, are you kidding?
There are no ethical billionaires, one commenter added. Hoarding that much is incompatible with kindness, love, or basic human decency. See, again, the evil rich people. Yeah. You know, if you were a Mark Zuckerberg who was a college kid, who developed this Facebook thing that took off, do you think he was sitting there going, sitting there at his college desk going, just wait till I rule the world. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
and his evil laugh. I'm going to be a billionaire.
And I know for a fact, and you know, just because I know how this world works a little bit, he's donated plenty of money.
Yeah, I know. 7 billion.
Is that just him?
Yeah, that's him and his wife.
All right, yeah, 7 billion, and he needs to throw more out there. Shut up.
Yeah, why are you billionaires? You should be giving it to people who want it.
They already pay a ridiculous tax thing, and then on top of that, they're supposed to just give it away. Fuck that. That's their family and their family's family and their family's wealth.
Right, exactly. So anyway,
what did all these other polluters do to earn it? I guess earning something is not on the agenda, right?
Right.
Ignorant.
Yeah. Why should I go out and earn when somebody should just give me the money?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, speaking of that, and
Yes.
are you done with this story or no?
Yes, I'm done with the story.
Okay. You didn't happen to catch some of Joe Rogan this week with Elon Musk, did you?
I heard that there was an episode out there. What was it? Just Thursday?
Thursday or Friday? I haven't watched it yet. I just
I
seen
haven't
some
watched
clips.
it either, but it was just a surprise that wasn't announced or anything.
Yeah.
But I did see a couple of clips from it, though.
It really makes what's coming really, really scary.
Well, he's been working on shit that is science fiction for a long time. This is no secret.
I mean, here's a couple of the things that he said, and I'm not even looking it up. I mean, people can go and look up Joe Rogan and find it. But one of the things he said is that in 5 years, which is not that long, we won't have these anymore, like traditional. Yeah. There won't be apps on them. There won't be anything to do on them. It's just going to be almost like it's going to be an AI-powered AI to AI connection, so that all of your talk is recorded and analyzed and whatnot. So that was the first thing that I did not like. The other thing that he said that it really made me think was that he said that the AI is absolutely going to run everybody out of business in the next 10 years or so.
We talked about that.
But he said what's going to, and I hate this more than anything because you are going to get a bunch of fucking zeros. He said what's going to happen is everybody is going to have just like credits. Like nobody's going to work anymore, and you'll just have, X amount of credits.
It's a social credit score. Well,
and
this is the problem, and I'll let you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, this is the problem. This is where, and and again, you and I have talked about this before. Being that you were brought up in a church, and they would show these movies about the whole Left Behind series and the Mark of the Devil, and you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade without this whole thing. This is where it's going. It's going to make you powerless, that you have to adhere to whatever standards or rules the ruling body, whatever that is. And if you don't, you're cut off.
Yeah. But if there's no work, what are people going to do? That you're going to get so much fucking crime. Because everybody's going to want to take, if they don't have a purpose, the purpose is going to be to have more than they have, whatever that means. So if they have a lower social score, what are they going to do? They're going to go rob somebody that has a higher social score because they don't have anything else to do. They don't have to go to a job. What are they going to do? Sit around and watch old episodes of Law and Order?
Yeah. Well, again, I think this will also lead to population control. That they'll do away with the unnecessaries,
right,
and only have essential people,
right? Yeah, could be.
So all the EBT people, there won't be any of those anymore.
No. Yeah, MAGA people, done. They'll kill them off because they won't meet the narrative of actually going for this and being lazy and not working.
Right.
So they'll be dead. We'll be dead. Just let this hang out until after I drop dead on my own, please.
Right. Yeah. The world is spinning faster and faster and faster now.
And not in a good direction.
Not in a good direction. I agree. All right. I got one more story here.
Okay.
To wrap up this hour. And did you get the link?
Oh yeah.
Just open that link and scroll down about near the bottom of the page, because I want you to pull that picture up.
Richie Sambora?
My God.
What the hell? What happened to him?
Well, I'm going to make my joke here in a second.
Dude, the worst part before I even put it on the screen,
Yes.
this isn't like some rando picture of him at the grocery store or something. This is what he chose to look like at an event.
Yes.
He's standing in front. I think this is the Grammys or something.
Something like that.
Jesus, he looks awful.
I know.
Wow. All right, go ahead. I'm not putting it on the screen yet.
All right. Bon Jovi's reunion dreams shatter amid shocking betrayal. Shocking
Betrayal.
Yeah. Bon Jovi's long-awaited comeback tour announcement should have been a moment of pure joy, but instead it left the fans heartbroken and furious.
Did it?
I never heard this. We talked about this last week.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody being heartbroken or furious.
And the thing is this was not announced as a reunion tour.
Mm-hmm.
This was just, well, we're touring now. My vocals are kind of fixed, I guess. So we're going to go out and see how it goes.
Go steal some money from some dummies that'll buy it. Some retards,
Right.
as we say.
Right. The rock icon recently confirmed that his band Bon Jovi will return to the stage in 2026 for the Forever Tour, making a powerful recovery from a serious vocal injury. However, longtime guitarist Richie Sambora is missing from the lineup, and behind the scenes, insiders say that the relationship between the two legends has hit rock bottom. It was never a plan that Richie was going to rejoin the band.
Yeah,
I don't know.
quit.
I don't know where did anybody get that idea?
They were hoping. That's what it was.
Maybe.
Yeah, they were hoping.
Bon Jovi couldn't stop smiling as he announced the Forever Tour alongside today's Savannah Guthrie, high-fiving the host and thanking fans for the decades of support. The 7-date tour will kick off in New York before heading to the UK, making his first major return since the undergoing vocal cord surgery that once threatened to end his career. For the 63-year-old, it is a victory years in the making, but not everyone is celebrating. Following his announcement, fans quickly noticed that Richie Sambora, Bon Jovi's former guitarist, and that's exactly what he is, former guitarist, who co-wrote classics like Living on a Prayer and Wanted Dead or Alive, was nowhere on the roster. Okay.
Yeah, because he's not in the band. I used to work at Bristol West Insurance years ago.
Yeah.
I haven't gone to the company picnic since I left.
Son of a bitch.
How can that be? I used to be there. Now I'm not, but I should still go, right?
Well, here's the one of the sentences that made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
The omission sent shockwaves across the fan community, sparking heated debates online over whether the frontman had deliberately shut his old friend out.
Did it really? Shockwaves?
Shockwaves. Might have to ask Matt about that since he does the Shockwave skull sessions.
Yeah, exactly. I can just see it now. I'm reading the article. Richie's not with him. Oh, blew me out of my chair. The shockwave of it all.
Right.
My God.
Amid the chaos, sources have revealed the pair's relationship is far from harmonious, with Bon Jovi preventing Sambora from rejoining the band. Is he preventing him from doing that?
He may be, but he might be, because didn't Richie quit?
He did.
So Richie quit. This is KK Downing all over again. Except Richie doesn't want to come back.
Well, it says Sambora has tried to rejoin many times, but John has made it impossible, one insider told the Daily Mail.
Gee, I can't imagine why. I could pay this guy 10 G's a show. I could pay that guy 100 G's a show.
Right.
Which one will I choose?
Exactly. Sambora left Bon Jovi in 2013 during the Because We Can tour, citing personal issues at home. His ex-wife, actress Heather Lochner, had been hospitalized that same year, and he said stepping away from the road was necessary to support their daughter, Ava. In later interviews, Sambora said, I realized Ava needed me around at that point in time. Family had to come first, and that's what happened. The singer also admitted that years of nonstop touring had taken a toll. 18 and a half months of being on the road, 52 countries. He told people it was a really time to take a break. Despite the split, Sambora made several efforts to reconnect, even hinting at a possible reunion during the band's 40th anniversary in 2023. We wrote a lot of songs that changed a lot of people's lives, he said at the time. So yeah, definitely that could happen. When Sambora tried to mend fences earlier this year, he reportedly brought a vintage guitar to John Bon Jovi's New Jersey home as a birthday gift. However, according to insiders, things quickly went downhill when Bon Jovi showed him an early screening of his Hulu docu-series, Thank You, Good Night, The Bon Jovi Story. Okay. The series, which chronicles the band's highs and lows, reportedly portrayed Sambora in an unflattering light. Footage showed Sambora discussing his struggles with pain pills, while drummer Tico Torres recalled worrying about his safety. However, a source close to Sambora told the Daily Mail that the show left out the key truths. Everybody knew Richie left the band to raise his daughter, and the whole documentary falsely implied he went to rehab and they were waiting for his return. The source says, it's admirable to stop a career that's killing you and hurting your family. It takes courage. Sambora, who said he was sober during the stints in rehab, later shared that he had become like a counselor to people. Still, the way the docuseries was edited reportedly left him out feeling betrayed. According to the reports, John Bon Jovi and Sambora briefly connected in Palms Beach, Florida late last year, but the reunion didn't last long. After what seemed like a friendly meeting, Bon Jovi allegedly told Sambora that if he rejoined the band, his pay would be cut dramatically.
Exactly what I said.
I'm really excited that you are back, and so are Dave and Tico. Oh, by the way, your only cut is 25%, will now be 10%.
Wow.
Bon Jovi allegedly said. The source described Sambora's reaction as speechless. He reportedly left in the disbelief, feeling stabbed in the back again. According to the insider, cutting Sambora's share in a third was Bon Jovi's way of insulting him.
Okay.
A separate source close to Bon Jovi argued that the frontman was simply content with how things were and just didn't want Sambora to return, which is what you said.
Yeah.
As much as Richie would like to come back, John doesn't want to deal with the trouble it will likely bring. They are oil and water. Bringing Richie back would be very tough. With the Forever Tour set to kick off next year, Bon Jovi seemed determined to move forward without looking back. The band will open with 4 nights in Madison Square Garden in July before heading to Europe for 3 major shows. For Bon Jovi, it is a chance to prove his voice, and the band are still as strong as they ever were after his vocal surgery. However, not everyone is convinced the group will recapture the old spark. If Richie Sambora is not there to deliver the powerful song and experience they have come to expect over 30 years, those stadiums will never sell out, a source claimed. Still, Bon Jovi appears ready to take that risk. His team insists that Sambora made the choice to leave the band years ago and is no longer part of the group. Yet for fans who grew up in their legendary partnership, the news feels like the end of an era. Well, they should have got used to that 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah. You know what? The last 15 years of albums told me that the era was ended.
Yeah.
It's all crap.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's get a look here at what I like to term as Richie Maddow or Rachel Sambora.
Oh my. Yeah.
What is that?
That is a bad look.
He's got like some major estrogen going on there.
Yeah, just all of it is bad. The hair looks fake.
And what's with the glasses?
I don't know. Maybe he's blind. I don't know. But having the hair in his face ain't going to help anything. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. That is a.
he could be Rachel Maddow's brother.
No, sister. He's got so much estrogen going there. It could be his sister.
Oh boy.
Yikes. That's pretty scary.
Yeah, what's going on there, Rachel? Rachel Sambora.
Yeah, now on NBC Now or whatever they're calling their new channel.
Right.
Oof. Yeah, that's a bad look for Richie.
All right. Well, the fans are outraged.
I'm sure
They're
they
upset.
are.
They're outraged.
I'm sure they are. Awful. Oh man.
Well, I don't know about you, but it never occurred to me that Richie Sambora would be coming back.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I mean, we've seen some performances by him that weren't exactly great either. Do you want him back?
Stellar.
I mean, Phil X is great. And I'll say that over and over, and I know people are like, oh, you're just picking the guy that's the replacement. But Phil X is a great player. I mean, he's a great guitar player. Obviously, Triumph saw that. That's why he was in Triumph for a minute. I mean, he's great. He's a great player. He sings well, performs well. They have no need for Richie Sambora. For what?
Yeah, he's enthusiastic. He looks like he's just stoked to be at every show.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So anyway, that's what the Bon Jovi crew are up to.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, so much for that.
Okay. Well, is that going to wrap this segment, or did you have something else?
No, I think it's going to wrap the show for me. I am fighting fucking sciatica like a motherfucker.
Oh, you're not in good shape over there, huh?
No, that's why I'm squirming all over the place. I'm trying to find a comfortable place, but it ain't happening. My back is killing me.
All right. Well, I mean, if you want to call it, you call it.
I'm calling it. I'm calling
All
it
right.
to go put a ice pack or something on my fucking back because it is killing me tonight. I don't know
All
what's
right.
going on, but
Well, I will stick around a little bit longer and play some tunes for you kids until let's see, what time is it? I will stick around for about 30 minutes and play some tunes. So
Okay.
if you guys, I only got a couple more in the fast pass, but if you want to hit me up on the request email, request@theclassicmetalshow.com, I will play some tunes for you and until I decide I don't want to play tunes for you. How about that?
works for me.
All right.
I will listen to some. How's that?
Okay. Well, we'll go take care of your sciatica and your
I'm
back.
going to.
And sorry for the short interruption, but Mr. Aiken's got to go take care of himself.
Yeah, I'm in pain, which means you ain't going to get a lot of funny. So
Right. Okay. Well, I got a request here for some Texas Hippie Coalition.
good band.
And this one goes out by request to Skippy, and he wants to hear that shit. So I'm gonna play it for him.
Cool.
So go take care of your back there, Mr. Aiken, and we will talk later. So here's the Texas Hippie Coalition exclusively here
On your classic metal show.
Hey, this is John Exoff from Texas Hippie Coalition. Get you a little bit of that classic metal show, baby. Come on.
Classic metal show, bitches!